Hi guys, got another clutch to cut this morning. A bit of a Who's the Daddy clutch. It's a het clown pastel that I bred many years ago to a mystery clown. Basically, we bought a clown off of somebody that was leaving the hobby as a pastel blade clown, but it's got very minimal pattern. It almost looks like it could be a pastel enchy clown, but it's got hardly any pattern, hardly any spots on his head. Absolutely stunning animal. I'll do an update later on, and I'll do a picture of him. But the chappie we bought it from didn't really know what he was or what he had in him. He looks like the Woma clowns that Justin Cabalca produced, but I don't know. So I've checked the incubator this morning. There's a couple of heads sticking out, both clowns so far, which is good. And hopefully we'll, well, you never know. We might get a few surprises. But there will certainly be some blades in there, and he's got hardly any markings down his sides. He's a beautiful animal. This is the first time I've used him, but I've also put spot nose clown in there and leopard clown in there. So I need some more female clowns. So I wanted to make sure this girl, went properly. So I put 3 males in. So there we go. So another Who's the Daddy clutch, and you'll find out with me as I find out what's in there. Probably won't know, but there's nothing unusual. So here we go. So I've put in the box pastel het clown, it's a pastel clown, blade plus others. They were due on the 8th. It's now the 11th, so they're actually 3 days overdue. You can see this one's just slit, and this one's sticking his head out, and that one had his head out. That was very interesting. This one's very light coloured, not many spots. So it could be the guy I think has got the clutch. It could be him that's sired these, and we'll find out shortly. So, well, hopefully we will. So let's have a look at these guys that are already pipped. I'm going to use me box to catch the goo rather than pour it all over the box. I just think it's cleaner for the animals when they're waiting to come out of the egg. So that, oh, he's still got quite a yolk there. It's not twisted, is it? No, it's not twisted. It's fine. Ooh, yeah, I'd say that. It's definitely blade. Yeah, so it's got to be him. This is the dad. The other two aren't blade. So really nice animal. I'm not going to pull this one about too much because he's still got quite a bit of umbilicus, even though he's pipped. Still got quite a big umbilicus, is what I was trying to say. So this one has absolutely slashed the egg to pieces. Looks like a pastel in there. Wow, that's got a ringer as well. Look at that. Wow. So that's a pastel blade. Do you know what? I think that might be a motley, that clown. That looks quite motley, and so does that. Wow, that would be a result. That is a stunner. Really like that. And now, well, 2 out of 2 clowns so far. So that'll be it. Probably no more luck at the moment. So let's have another look at this guy who's decided he's pipping. Still a lot. Very turgid, these eggs. Still quite a lot of fluid in them. But these guys have decided they want to come out, so it's time to come out. Oh, shoot. Okay, that's interesting. So, that's a leopard. That is a leopard clown. So it's a mixed sire. And so, in fact, that could be a pastel leopard, but that is definitely could be a leopard as well, I guess. Very reduced pattern one. Okay, so I might be wrong, might be the wrong dad, but again, this guy's all curled up with his umbilicus. I'm not going to his yolk sac. I'm not going to pull him around at all. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I don't like it when they're like that. You've seen there's been quite a few videos of people with twisted umbilicus. I have untwisted them, but in the past, if you can see that they're twisted, but I don't like pulling them around if I don't have to. Oh wow. Yeah, definitely the Leopard got these guys. So there you go, there's a Leopard Pastel. 100% het clown. Nice addition to have. Okay, so I'm not really disappointed, but I really would have liked to have found out what the mystery clown was. It could well be mixed sire, but now I'm looking at that I'm thinking it's going to be a whole leopard clutch. And there was I did buy the leopard as possible blade, and so there we go. Look at that one. That's a I think that's another clown, but I can't see the head. And this one's not got anywhere near as much yolk left as the other two. I don't know, he's got quite a bit. I'm pretty sure that's another clown. So this one, two, that's not a clown. 3 clowns so far, and 2 leopard het clowns. That one there is stunning. Just a bit worried about the position of that yoke. I'll just make sure he doesn't get moved about too much. Oh, there we have a wow. That is awesome. Another leopard clown. He's been a busy boy this year. He's a bit small, so I didn't actually think he's only just made a kilo, so I didn't really think he would be that productive. But so this is the second or third clutch that he's fathered. Hang on, let me think. You know, this is the second, and there's another one in the incubator that I think is his. Wow, look at that. Again, there's a ringer on it. Wow, that is absolutely beautiful. Dear oh dear, I think this is going to be the year of the holdback. As if I didn't hold enough back last year. So there we go. I'm going to get these ones straight back in the incubator. Even though they're a few days over, I still think that those yolks are not particularly that well absorbed. This guy, look at him having his first gasps. I'll have a good old sniff around. I'm going to just pop him back in and put that cover over him, because I don't actually want him coming out yet. A bit worried about that one. Going back to what, this is now why I use a goo box. Normally I cut my eggs over the top of this, and that is how much goo would have gone in that box. So it's got to be nicer and cleaner for these guys not to have that amount of goo sitting in a box with them while they're waiting to come out. So we'll get these guys in the incubator and wait for them to come out. Those of you that know me probably would know that I've been challenging on various different leopard websites and various different snake websites for people to come forward and show us the evidence of a super leopard. No one has ever done it so far. Nobody's ever come back and said, yeah, I've done it. I know Justin Cabalca has identified what he thinks are markers to identify a super leopard, but so far I've not seen him or anyone else post a clutch of completely of leopards, and that's not. I'm not criticising Justin or anything like that. I wouldn't. I think the guy's amazing. He makes some amazing snakes. He's got a very good eye for what he mixed together, etc. But you know, I would have thought that, I think his video was about 2-3 years ago. I would have thought by now he would have actually produced a whole clutch of leopards to show us, because he's you know, he's very good at coming forward with what he's made. And anyway, some chap called Jim Powers contacted me from the States, showed me evidence of different clutches that he'd cut. He bought a male leopard, mixed it into various different morphs, actually put it into a normal, and got all leopards out, and he got 40 plus babies out, which he sent me pictures of. I know people could say, oh, I've staged this, you've moved eggs around, you've done this, you've done that. I can't really see the point in doing that. But he did this quite some years ago. I think it was about 2016, and he has sent me all the pictures of it and everything. So the weird thing that happened, I recently hatched a clutch of Pastel Leopard Clown to a blackhead ghost female, and all of the babies apart from one I thought were leopard, and it didn't really click. And then the last baby is a blackhead Pastel Leopard het clown het ghost. I wasn't convinced it had leopard in it, but I've posted it, I've sent it to lots and lots of different people, and everybody has said it's leopard. It's a much lower expression leopard than the other ones, but it's a leopard. So I'm thinking to myself, wow, I've hit a whole clutch of leopards. Maybe my clown is a super leopard as well. I also think he might actually be motley. He's got lots of spots. His babies that come out have got lots and lots of spotting on them. But that may be part of the super leopard. Anyway, this week I had a clutch, this one, which is the leopard pastel clown, to a huge pastel het clown that I made years ago. And once again, I've got a whole clutch of leopards, which I'm about to show you. So I've only done it over 2 clutches so far, and it's absolutely bizarre that this has happened, because I've been challenging people. I love the leopard gene. I really love the leopard gene. I've got absolutely tons of leopard stuff in my shed. And for this to happen to me is amazing. You know, it's awesome. So I've had 2 clutches which are 100% leopard. I've got another clutch in the incubator that he's also sired to a Orange Dream. So I have Orange Dream Leopards het clown. And I've got a couple of other clown bits to lay. I've got a carnivore spot nose which I mated to him. I also mated it to a spot nose clown as well, because I want to make a super spot nose clown and hopefully get one that survives this time. And I've also put him to a spot nose het clown, and he's also been to a black pastel het clown. So there could well be a lot more leopard clowny stuff to come, hopefully. I don't mind which of those sires has generated these coming clutches, but be very interesting to see. So I'm slightly apprehensive about putting this out there because it's only 2 clutches, but I think my clown pastel leopard is a super, and I think it also may have motley in. And I'm quite happy for people to comment below this video if they want to advise me and say, yeah, I think it is motley, or whatever. And you know, I'm always happy to take advice from anybody. You know, this is a new sort of step forward for me. I've never had any genes that have turned out like this. I bought this from a guy in Poland. I bought him years ago, and I can't even think of the guy's name. Took me about 3 years to actually get him mating. Last year he was mating girls but didn't produce anything, and this year obviously he's mature enough that he's done the business for me. So I'm waffling. So if you want to have a look at this clutch, here it is. Okay, so this is the clutch. There's some very fat babies in there. There's some very awesome looking babies in here, and I feel my whole back rack is going to be full by the end of the season. Look at the size of this girl. She's, well, I say girl, the size of this one. It's a chunk. It's a leopard clown. Can you just give her a little slush, get some of that vermiculite off of her. Absolutely gorgeous. Very sparsely marked down the sides. Oh, the other thing that's I think is probably evident in this clutch is that when I bought the male, he was possible blade. And I think looking at these guys, it could be the leopard that's done it, but I also think they might be blade as well. Very reduced patterns down the side, but look at all the spotting. You'll see why I think he could be motley as well in a minute. This is absolutely stunning. I love this girl. And I keep saying girl, but it could be a boy. So I'll pop it in a moment. Nice chunky, beautiful sized baby. I'm just going to pop it on the scales. 75 grams. It looks bigger than that. It's quite chunky. Maybe it's because it's got quite a lot of yolk left. So we'll have a look at this. I keep saying girl. I don't know why. I think maybe I have already popped this, but I don't remember. Yeah, it's a girl. So that will be staying put 100%. Absolutely lovely animal. I really like that. And then there's this one. Actually, there's two of these. I am not sure. Oh, yes, I am now. Now, under the light, I can see the comparison in these two. Pretty sure that is a killer leopard clown, and that one is a pastel leopard clown. Probably all of which will be staying put. Now, this is the one in the egg. The killer was the one in the egg that I mentioned. It had like a ringer on it, and it has. On these big fingers coming down, it's got like a big ringer goes all the way around it. I love the aberrancy of that finger coming off there. Look at the head on that. Absolutely gorgeous. I've never hatched a pastel leopard clown, let alone a super pastel leopard clown. And again, this is why I was saying about the motley. Look how spotty that is. I know leopard clowns are quite spotty, but these are just mental. Absolutely stunning. I'm blown away by this clutch. Totally wasn't what I had expected. I'd put other males in with that girl, including the spot nose clown, and I believe I might have even put the inchy clown in there as well. The inchy blade clown. I'd have to check my records, but so this is a little boy. So I'd have to have a think about whether I'm keeping this or not, because I've got the what I think is now a super leopard pastel clown. I might not hold him back, but we'll see. It's such a lovely animal. And then there's this. This is a pastel leopard, and again, look at how spotty this one is. It is, you know, absolutely gorgeous. She's got a lot of yolk left in her still. Look at that. Look at the patterns on that animal. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely, as you can tell, I'm a little bit stoked by this clutch. It's been a very up and down year. I know a few other breeders have said that sort of thing. I've actually recently hatched a clutch of really, really rare stuff, carnivore champagnes that have got shark mouth, unfortunately. It's a new thing that I'd never really come across it until last year. I had one last year, and I've got 3 this year, so you know, that was a bit disappointing because they're absolutely amazing babies. So this clutch is kind of more than made up for that. Just this one is very fat, so it's got a lot of yolk in it, and not pull it about too much. And again, that's a little boy, so 1 or 2 of these will be released. Then there's this clown. This one here is the one that made me doubt myself when it was in the egg. Couldn't really see it very well. It's quite a small one. This was in a boob egg. This was the one in the boob egg in the video, in the really small one at the end. But now it's out, I can see it is a leopard clown. It's not as high expression as the other one, but it is definitely a leopard clown. Look at that beautiful head stamp on there. So this was the only one that gave me some doubts about the leopard when it was in the egg. It just looked like a normal clown, but now it's out, I can actually see it definitely is a leopard. I don't really need to seek advice on this one. I can see the spots, and so that's another leopard clown. It's nowhere near as nice as the first one, but still it's a leopard clown, and I'm well happy with it. So there we have another boy. Wow, very male strong this year. There we are. So little leopard, male leopard clown. This guy will be going up for grabs once he's reached a decent weight. And then there's some really funky other leopards. So these were all het clown, obviously. So that was a pretty good breeding. That was pretty good. 4 clowns out of 7 in a het visual breeding, which was nice. So there we have a leopard. Actually, I don't think that one's shed. Come on. No, its eyes are still a bit cloudy. So really nice. Just straight leopard, 100% het clown. Gorgeous head. Absolutely beautiful markings on its head. And that one is a girl. Absolutely lovely. I've hatched quite a lot of leopard het clown stuff this year, so some of these girls will be available later in the year once I'm happy that they're feeding. And then there's these two, which are both pastel leopard clowns. Het clown even. Yeah, look at that. Look at the head stamp on that one. This is a little chubby one as well. You know, big yolks that they've absorbed. So I don't expect these guys to feed for a few weeks till they've absorbed all that yolk up. This is a female as well. Yep. Really nicely marked. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Pastel leopard, 100% het clown female. And then there's this one. This one's brighter for some reason. I don't think it's... Pretty sure it's not a super pastel. But it could be. There is pastel on both sides. Oh, here comes Dexter. No, I'm looking at those. I don't know. Actually, it's got a lot more blushing, and the blacks are a lot lighter. So that actually could be a super pastel leopard. Het clown. Yeah, looking at all this blushing here, which is the same as what's on the killer there. There's a big blushy ringer there and there and there. So maybe this is a super pastel. The head's not much whiter than the other one, but the body markings, yeah, I'd say that's a super. So probably super pastel leopard, 100% het clown. So look what sex that is. And that's a little girl as well. So I'm definitely going to be upgrading a lot of my het clown stuff this year. So there we go. I am convinced now that I have a super leopard. But, you know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's one of them things. I'll put my hands up and I'll tell you. But I think 2 whole clutches of leopard so far. And I don't think any of those you could really dispute that weren't leopard. So when the next clutches come out and they're hatched, hopefully that will strengthen it even further. So there we are, super leopard clown pastel to a pastel het clown. So there you go. I'm pretty convinced now that my leopard pastel clown is in fact a super leopard pastel clown, possibly motley as well. It does look a bit different actually from most pastel leopard clowns that I've seen before. In fact, Mills Fakar from the reptile pit, when he saw this male, he was like, "Are you sure that that's a leopard, buddy?" Because it does look quite a lot different. And actually, you know what, when I finish waffling, I'll get him out and show you him. So that's 2 clutches that are completely leopard, and I look forward to seeing what happens with the other stuff that he's sired this year, providing that's him that's hit it. The way things are going, every female I've put him in as a backup, he's managed to be the one that's actually produced the eggs. So not a bad problem to have. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and if you've got any advice, you know, any comments on this super leopard clutch, please feel free to leave it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. So here he is. This is the culprit in question. As you can see why I think he looks like a motley. This, although he's shedding, is a motley clown. And look at the difference. Well, there's not a massive amount of difference, to be honest. So this is a motley clown, pastel motley clown. There's very little difference in the way they look. I know this definitely is not a leopard, but I don't know that's definitely not a motley. Let me just have a look at the faces on these guys. On this, yeah, look at that. There's very little pattern on this one's head, which is a typical trait of a motley clown. There's not a lot on this guy either. So this is the one that's been doing the full leopard clutches. As you can see, he looks quite a lot different from the baby leopards that I just hatched. He clearly is leopard because of all the leopards he's hatched, but I think he's probably leopard with motley on top. And you can see why when the guy sold him to me, he said he's a possible blade. I think he probably is blade. Be interesting to breed him to one of my blade girls and see if I can produce a super blade. We made one last year. You just get a extremely low patterned clown with a really super thin stripe on the back. I sold that, unfortunately. Somebody badgered me into buying it, so like an idiot I sold it, so I probably should have held on to that one. But there you go. So this is the boy. He is, if you look at the pastel leopards that Justin produces, it does look quite a lot different, and I'm suspecting now that's probably the motley gene. That head, absolutely gorgeous head. And as you can probably tell, I'm very happy with him at the moment. So look at that. You look at that. To all intents and purposes, see that motley clown could be. If I told you that was a leopard clown, the same as this guy, you wouldn't really know any difference. There's subtle difference in colour, but this guy is darker looking because he's shedding. Yeah, look, he's in blue, and he's grumpy. But that could be his big brother, couldn't it? Look at that. Look at the difference. There's hardly any. So I'm wondering if this guy has got motley in him as well as being a super. He's got motley in him as well, which would be an amazing result. It's worth travelling all the way to Germany. I went to Germany to pick this guy up. It was obviously worth doing. So there you are. This guy is the father of the super leopard clutches, and that's just a grumpy motley clown. Thanks for watching.